Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Richard again. Oh, I've just been nearly knocked over by a push bike. My goodness, they are so quiet. I was just taking Susie a quick walk and wow, I've crossed the road. I wasn't watching, I was only using my ears. It was deadly quiet. And as I started to cross the road, because there was no noise, no cars or anything, this cyclist just appeared out of nowhere and shouted at me. Rightly so, I should have looked. Make sure you look both ways before you cross any road. You know, it's one of our country roads and it was absolutely dead, except for this cyclist. He could have come off and made a mess of himself due to me. Always look left and right. What was it? The Green Cross Code. Do you remember the Green Cross Code? My goodness. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start talking about the mindful motorcyclist and a video that is released. I'll put the link in the description. You should go and watch it. But he's talking about the future and how Chinese motorcycles will be in 10 years' time. So let's say 2035 or 2036. That's what we're talking about today. And he missed a couple of dimensions out of the equation. So I want to talk about them. So let's go over to some footage that I took in Germany whilst riding my missed T120 Bonneville, my Triumph T120 Bonneville, and I'll do a voiceover to that footage. So let's get started. Here we go. Here comes the T120. There you go. So now you don't have to look at me sat in a car whilst I'm doing all this stuff. I hope you're well. It's December. I'm off to get some dog food for Susie, but Mindful Motorcyclist Sean, great channel. If you're not subscribed to Sean, you should be, yeah? So do go and have a look at that video that he produced. And basically what he was saying was, what's life going to be like in 2035 or 36, because he did say 10 years, and how Chinese motorcycles may or may not take over as those motorcycles that become prime purchasers in the industry because of their price. And I can sort of understand exactly what he's saying. I really can understand what he's saying, because the prices today on certain bikes and certain genres of bikes is very, very competitive. Let's put it that way. I'm not going to say they're cheap. What I'm saying is the prices based on European and Japanese products of the same genre, such as cruisers, such as adventure bikes, such as sports bikes, the prices are getting really, really competitive. In fact, I think that the Voge DS800X is one of the better selling bikes of the last couple of months than any other model. I'm not sure on that. I might be making that up. I'm sure I heard it. And basically, I want to bring two other dimensions into this, and I know I'm the voice of doom, but Sean didn't bring these things into the equation. One of them is an aging motorcycle population, and the other is a reducing value of the pound over the next 10 years. Let's talk about an aging population. You know, if you look at the videos that have been done by the YouTubers, and I think Sean was there at Motorcycle Live at the NEC Birmingham, you can see that a lot of the folk there are, shall we say, I don't know, let's say over the age of 50. A lot of the folk are quite in their prime years, shall we say. Let's say that, in their prime years. And I'm there as well. I'm 58 at the moment, soon to be 59 in a month or two's time, and then I'll be 60. And so in 10 years, I will be 68 or 69. Yeah? The question is, will I be able to ride my GSX 1400 and Tiger 800 when I'm 69, or will I be going for a lighter bike, maybe a 500cc, maybe a 250? Would I be going for more of a scooter? A scooter? Wow, that would be interesting. Maybe going and buying a Royal Alloy and travelling around wherever I am, because I'm not sure I'll be in the UK. Forewarning you right now, I'm not sure I can afford to live in the UK as a pensioner. So, if if you're 60 or 65, will you be riding at 75? Hopefully so. And would you be going for the Chinese bikes in 2035? I don't know. You tell me. Put it in the comments below. And for those viewers that are well into the 70s or early 70s that are part of my channel here, if you're 73 now, in 10 years you'll be 83. Will you be riding motorcycles at the age of 83? You tell me. Comments below. I hope so. I'd like to think if I got to the age of 83, which I very much doubt, however, you never know, I would like to think that I would still be riding a motorised bike, be that with a petrol engine or a hydrogen engine or even, oh God, should I say it, an electric motor? My goodness, you never know. Or will I be in a mobility scooter? That would be funny, wouldn't it? The channel test driving mobility scooters. I'd do one of those jobs where I put an RD250LC engine in it with two whacking great expansion chambers coming out of the bike. That would be funny. But in 2035, the number of riders in the UK, based on its current trajectory? Do you mean trajectory? It looks like we're going to be falling as a population, number of riders in the UK. Over in Europe it may be different. It may be different where it's warmer, down in the southern part of Europe, yeah, or the southern part of America, and I know we can put heated clothing on and all that, but I mean, what, you look at, how much is the Voge DS800? Is it £7,000? Maybe a bit more if you add the pannier. Yeah, that's compared to, let's say, the Triumph Tiger 900 as a new bike. That's a big saving. And I'm sure over the passage of 10 years, the doubts that we currently have, and we do have doubts on reliability, on parts availability, servicing, warranties. We do have doubts about that. But over the next 10 years, assuming China continues to push and push and push their motorcycle industry, which they will, I suspect the quality and the reliability of Chinese motorcycles will be more than on par with our Japanese and European equivalents. Yeah? Tell me what you think. In 10 years' time, I mean, over the last 5 years, the Chinese manufacturers have come on in leaps and bounds. They really have come on in leaps and bounds. I'm not advocating buying Chinese motorcycles, I'm just saying what I see. And in another 10 years, they'll be top of the mark, I'm sure. And if they keep their prices low relative to our European and Japanese bikes, then it's going to really upset the marketplace over the next 10 years. That said, what have Honda done with the CBF 1000? That's a really, really competitive price. This is not competition against their counterparts of Japan or Europe. This is in competition against China. For a bike at £10,600 from Honda, the price is based on China's infiltration, shall we say, to the marketplace. What do you think to that? Next port of call is based on our income over the next years, certainly the next 5 years. We know that our income, the tax thresholds have been frozen until 2031. That means as you earn over those 5 years, you're going to be paying probably more tax as your pay goes up, maybe 4% a year if you're in the private sector, maybe more if you're not in the private sector, and you'll be paying more tax relatively. So you'll be getting less money every month, not less money numerically, but less buying power. Yeah. So £1,000 today buys you whatever it is, but £1,000 in 5 years' time, you may not even get £1,000 because you'll have creeped up somewhere into the higher tax bracket and you're paying more tax and things like that. The buying power in 5 years' time won't keep up with the rate of inflation that we're currently enjoying. That's a good word. The rate of inflation that we're enjoying. I don't know, what are your thoughts? So in effect, over the next 5, maybe 10 years, you're going to be poorer, and therefore you won't necessarily be able to afford the expensive Chinese or European bikes. Not Chinese or European, Japanese or European bikes, and you may have to be forced to compromise and go into the Chinese marketplace. I'm not sure I could buy a Bender. Bender means something to me, just probably like it means something to you. You know, there are two connotations of a Bender, and one is on a Friday night where you get absolutely drunk, and the other one is exactly what it is. I'm not going to go into the details of that, but and that's okay. You know, it's just a word used many years ago, and I'm in that age bracket where I can remember using the word Bender. I suppose it's not used that much anymore, but you know, I'm just saying, you know, to tell you the truth, if I was going to buy a new bike, that Voge DS800 for £7,000 looks a great bargain. I appreciate that after a year's ownership or 2 years ownership, how much would it be worth? No idea. I have no idea. But they're meant to be selling really well, and I suspect having everything you can imagine on the motorbike with all the technology, heated grips, heated seats, everything that you could ever imagine, they look good value for money. They really do. So 2 parts of the equation as I'm coming to the end here. We're all getting older and less people will be riding in the UK because of age. We're getting too old to ride. Maybe. You tell me in the comments below. And over the next 5 to 10 years, certainly over the next 5 years, you're going to feel poorer based on raising income and more tax. And the lack of movement of the tax thresholds since 2021. 2021, they've not moved since. So that's nearly 5 years already. And I don't know, do you feel poorer over the last 5 years? You tell me. Well, if you feel poorer over the last 5 years based on inflation and things like that, how are you going to feel with another 5 years? I guess you're not going to feel richer, so you must feel even more poorer. What do you think? Tell me in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed the ride when I went over to Europe this year, 2025, on the Triumph T120, a lovely machine. You can see on there is the Auchi BX on my handlebars. Order yourself one for Christmas, maybe. Some great discounts coming up. So I think there's some discounts look in the description, the discounts are the Christmas discounts from the 10th of, I believe it's the 10th of December. Ride and drive carefully, and I shall see you very soon. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.